Hi, I'm Kate. Welcome to Blooms in the Yard. Today I'm going to tell you guys how I kept a bunch of pots in nursery containers looking good for the last few months and why I have had to do that. And I'm going to be giving a little bit of updates on the East Side Garden, where things are at with construction, and a sneak peek at some of the plants that will be going in that area. Now, in general, I buy a plant and I get it in the ground like that day if I can. I usually come home and just put it in the ground right away. Sometimes I need a day or two to move it around a little bit, think about where I want to put it. But in general, my rule is get it in the ground as soon as possible, because I have no confidence in my ability to keep it looking good in a container, in a nursery container, especially when they're already filled in. But this year, something different happened because my East Side Garden needed to be torn up. They're going to do a storm drain project. I thought that storm drain project was going to happen in April or May based on what they told me, but here we are in July and they still have not even started on it yet. If you guys can hear that construction noise, that is them doing the storm drain about 3 doors down. They're going to be here any day, like very soon. But in the meantime, in March and April, I thought they're going to be here soon. I can start buying some shrubs to replace things that have been removed or are going to be removed, especially if I saw a good deal. And long story short, I now have quite a collection of these plants in their nursery pots. And at first they were looking good, and then things start to go downhill. But I've figured out some things along the way that I wanted to share with you. And I actually think almost everything I have is looking really good. I haven't lost any plants. So that's a big accomplishment for me. So I went out of town at the end of May, beginning of June, and the plants were starting to get a little bit of spots, starting to not look great. And I was a little concerned. I had the neighbor's son water them for me. I paid him to water them. And when I came back, everything looked amazing. So, and I know he was over here watering them every day, probably better than I was doing. And we got some rain, so I was like, wow, they really appreciate a lot of water. So since then, I've been doing better about keeping them watered, and they look good. But then when the heat set in, I started noticing them start to struggle a little bit again. Like where concrete is, it's like 10 or 20 degrees warmer than like grass or a wooded area. So I had them on my sidewalk in like a morning sun situation. But when the heat really set in, I started thinking maybe that concrete isn't great for them because those roots are sitting right on hot concrete. So I moved them over to the east side where it's just bare dirt, where I've removed a lot of plants. And I think that really helped. So my tip number 2, number 1 was water well. Number 2, don't keep them on concrete. I didn't want mine in the grass because I don't want to kill the grass. So then when I was trying to think of where to put them, I thought, well, I have all this bare dirt over in the east side where I've removed plants. So that ended up being a great place to keep them. Then I saw that some of them were still struggling. And I really think that the problem was that they needed to be potted up. So I spent a day basically potting up anything that didn't look great, or I kind of took them all out of their containers, checked the roots, and I ended up potting up at least half of them into larger containers. I have a Chinese Wisteria on my arbor right now. When that gets removed, my plan is to plant an American Wisteria, so jumping on the more native bandwagon. And that American Wisteria that I bought has kind of struggled a little bit. Well, as soon as I potted it up, it just looks so much better. I did notice that the roots were circling quite a bit, and so I spent quite a bit of time untangling those roots, and I gave it a nice big container so those roots could spread out. And I just want to show you what these all look like now, because I think that everything looks pretty awesome. Like, I don't think anything looks really sad right now. So if you're in a situation where you can't put things in the ground right away, potting up is one option to give them some more soil, especially if they're root bound, and to maybe not have to water quite as much. So let's go take a look at how all of these plants are looking right now, and you'll also be kind of getting a sneak peek at some of the plants that are going to be going into my east side garden. Okay, so this is that American Wisteria, or frutescens, I believe is how it's pronounced, but look at this foliage. I mean, no damage on this at all, and I just noticed, this is my first time noticing this, a little bloom coming, so how fun is that? I put it in a really big container. I think it was in a 1 gallon, and I just uncircled those roots and gave it plenty of space, and it's so much happier. This one, let's see, this I must have left. It looks like that one I did leave in its container. I think it was looking okay, so I left it. This is one that I definitely potted up. You can see I just kind of stuck the tag back in there. This is the Czechmark Trilogy Weigela. But look at how great this looks. This, I've had this since when did I get this? It might have been, it was April. Yeah, it was the middle of April, like April 15th. And it has grown a ton. It was kind of like here. And so all of this is the new growth. And it was starting to look a tiny bit rough. And so I potted it up into this container, looking so much better. Okay, so this is the Czechmark Trilogy Weigela. It had the most gorgeous blooms. Even the buds on this were like fantastic. I think it's called Trilogy because it has like dark pink, light pink, and white. For a minute, it was looking kind of terrible. There's some little stuff in here I'm gonna trim out. I went on vacation and my neighbor's son watered everything for me. And I think, honestly, that he saved some of my plants because I'm not that great at watering, and I think he was a diligent waterer. I came back and everything looked so much better. Maybe it was just the time of year that it was all set to take off, but I was like, maybe I need to water things more. I'm just trimming out a little bit of dead. But yeah, all this fantastic new growth is thanks to him. Keep finding more. There's a ton of these seed pods. Trim just a short branch here that's not doing much. It's in the middle, it's not doing much. We can have that energy go somewhere else. Okay, I think that is going to be happier. I want to give those roots a chance to branch out in the new pot, so that's why I'm doing this. Hopefully I'm not doing too much damage. Okay. So I did just want to show you that I did more than just pot them up. I did try to spread out the roots a bit. I removed anything dead, anything that looked diseased, and you can see now how great this shrub is looking. I almost can't believe how much it has grown. I did find a video of when I first bought it. It was blooming, it looked really pretty, but it's grown a ton. let's see, I'll just back up so you can kind of see how much stuff I'm trying to take care of here right now. It's a lot. Now this one has struggled a bit. It kind of comes and goes. But you can see I have some new growth. Take that yucky one off. This is a Crape Myrtle that I mail ordered. And so at first it was in the tiniest, I think it was even a quart. And I've actually potted this up twice, believe it or not. Because when it was first in that quart, it just kept tipping over. And so when I first got it, there was none of that new growth, which I want that because I want this to be a bush, not a tree. It won't be a tree for me here regardless, but so you can see all of the new growth. Here is what it looked like when I first got it. I did mail order it and it was in a quart container, and you can see that there's a lot of new growth now. So yeah, I got it as a quart. I potted it up twice, and you know, it's not looking perfect, but it's looking pretty good, and especially all of this new growth down here. Let's see, what else did I pot up? I definitely potted this guy up. The ones that I potted up are the ones that look the best, for sure. This is the, oh yeah, this one was in a really small container, the Snowflake Doublefile Viburnum. You can see all this new growth coming. So the ones that I potted up are definitely looking really good. See all this new growth? Okay, hopefully that will help that plant. It definitely has some spots on it. I don't know if they're from burn or got some orange spots, which I just removed any leaves. I'm thinking it's probably disease rather than getting burned, because it's more in the plant. It's not like on the tips where the sun would be hitting it. Now I have decided not to fertilize because I don't want to encourage these to grow. I mean, I want them to be happy, but I don't want them to be trying to grow too much. This needs to be watered, and this could actually stand to be potted up. But this is a Weigela that was in my yard and not looking good at all. It's kind of interesting. It looks way better now that I have had it in this container for a little while. So, but it was in a rough part of the yard, I will say that. Here's another one that I potted up, the Chardonnay Pearls Deutzia. Again, look at this foliage. And so the ones I potted up just look a lot better. That's kind of my point. This is one of the plants that's going to be going in my east side. I'm so excited about it. You guys know I love waxy leaves. Look at this bloom. Oh, I am in love with it. When I went to the store, I actually called first because I looked around a little bit, haven't had any luck. So I called, and the first thing he said is, "That's such an underused plant." Then when I went to go pick it up, because they had some, I don't know if it was the same guy or a different guy, but he's like, "Oh, that's such a great shrub. More people should use it." So I'm like, he had me feeling good about something that I was already anxious to try. This is an Aphrodite Sweetshrub. It is a North American native. I think it's Carolina Sweet Shrub was another name for it. So the fun thing is, here it is, Aphrodite. I don't plan on the size that this says. It says 5 to 10 feet tall and wide. I don't plan generally on shrubs always getting to be that size in my garden because I don't have perfect soil. I don't water as much as I should, blah, blah, blah. I was asking about sun or shade. For some reason, I was thinking it would appreciate a little more shade. And he said, "We've got it in full sun in the parking lot. Go look." So I did take a few photos of that. It looked amazing. I'm gonna have it kind of definitely in a full sun situation, but not all day sun, if you know what I mean. So it will get a little bit of shade in the late afternoon, but yeah, This is one of the plants I'm most excited to try. There is your sneak peek at some of the things that are going to be going in my east side garden, hopefully in the next few weeks. Hopefully they'll get this project done. Hopefully they'll get the project started, and then it'll get done quickly. Look over here. If you've been watching my channel, you probably know what is missing. It is the Alice Oakleaf Hydrangea. They showed up 2 days ago, started cutting things down. I'll show you my front garden in a minute. And they said, look, we're starting, and then I cut this down. So I cut a ton of it off. I left some of the smaller growth. So yes, this is the smaller growth. And I put it, okay, I've got it in this tarp. I wet down the root ball. I have some wet towels on it, and then it's kind of wrapped up. So as you can see, it's doing okay, but it's not gonna last long. So they showed up Monday and said they were starting, and then guess what? They didn't start. So now they say they might be back Wednesday, but I hope that doesn't have to sit there too long. I really would love to save it, especially after all the work I put in digging it up. But let's go take a peek at the front yard, because the arborvitaes are gone. The magnolia tree is gone. It's very bare. Oh yeah, and they told me I can't video them doing anything, which is kind of well, no, they said I could video, but I can't put it like on the internet. So yep, this is all they really accomplished on Monday, was tearing that stuff down. And then we're like, oh, something else came up. We'll be back maybe Wednesday. So fun. This is what this side garden looked like last year at this time. I got the news in September that the city was going to be digging up this whole area for the storm drain project, and this spring I moved everything that I could. So I tried to save as many things as I could, and I thought that it would be easier for me if they showed up and it was all gone already, and I think that that is true. But it's actually been difficult looking back at these pictures, remembering how good it looked last year. Also, since I've taken all these plants out and I have saved them in other places in the yard, the weeds have completely taken over this area, which just makes the whole thing even more depressing coming over here right now. They said they might be able to save the grape. I left it thinking if it stays, it stays. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And then this is that Wisteria that will be gone and will be replaced by the American Wisteria. I recently posted what happened with my west side in the last few years. And you know, this east side was like done. Like I was pretty happy with it. I wasn't really planning on making any changes. It had been a long time coming and it was looking really good. And now I'm starting over. So it is, you know, it's been long enough. I've accepted that this is an opportunity to do something new and different. Try some new plants. Just really think about what I would change, what I would do differently. So I'm excited to share that process with you, and that's going to be coming soon. So if you are interested in seeing what I end up doing with the East Side Garden, then please subscribe so that you don't miss it.